I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with Josh Reese.
The ratings machine, Josh Reese.
Is that you?
That's me, the ratings machine.
Well, our highest rated episode, or highest viewed episode, however you want to put it, is still Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't think you were on that one.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the ratings for Matrix 4 was phenomenal, despite it being a dog shit movie. And I think it was solely because of me.
Okay. I don't think you've seen the numbers, though. But yeah,
I've seen the numbers.
I mean, a lot of people have tuned in because that was a big movie. Not a good movie, though, like we talked about last week.
It was a
Pretty
big
rough.
flop. Womp womp.
In every way. But that's also because it's on HBO Max, so
Right.
that's understandable. But yeah, the movie should have never been made. Why did you remind me of that?
Well, it's to remind you of that, so when we get to the two movies we're going to discuss today, you're going to be like, oh yeah, there is goodness in TV and movies.
We're not reviewing any movies today.
I count South Park post-COVID as a movie.
It's a special event. That's the whole joke.
It's
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
like a movie.
It is. Yeah, like what would you qualify that? Because it's an hour long without commercials, so
And
it's
if
a
you
legit 60 minutes.
Sandwich them together back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. Yeah.
2 hours of fun and joy.
I guess it is more of a movie than a TV show if you had to classify it as one or the other. But that's why they call it a special event.
Special
Because
event.
they couldn't decide. I guess I don't know. But yeah, we're also going to review the book of Boba Fett, the season premiere.
Chapter 1?
Chapter 1 of how many episodes? I think there's 9, right? Or there were some, I don't even know, honestly. I think it's something around there, but
I'm going to enjoy every episode as it comes out, however long it takes.
that's right. But before we do that, we're going to do some awards for best film of 2021, worst film of 2021,
Okay.
best and worst TV show of 2021. It's funny, I just thought of this earlier in the day, and I was like, man, we should have gotten the fans involved, like, for what we do with What's Wrong with Wrestling. Right now, our fans are submitting their votes for, like, worst and best acting, worst best moment,
Sure.
best match, worst match for WWE and AEW. So maybe next year we'll do that. We'll ask the fans, so
As
they
we
can do some
continue
voting.
to grow and get more fans,
Yeah.
have a lot more selection.
Exactly. But I have some nominees, and I figured we'd go through the movie names, and then we can just decide.
Okay.
Or, like, you could pick what your favorite movie of 2021 was, and
right.
so could I. So
I'm down.
Here's the list I have, and if you want to add any, you can do that as well. But best film of 2021, the nominees are Spider-Man No Way Home, obviously.
Win a couple of awards, probably.
Suicide Squad.
That's good.
I really liked it.
was good.
I mean, it was way better than the
original.
the original one. No Time to Die, James Bond.
It was all right.
It was good. Free Guy, which I really liked.
I never saw Free Guy. I just figured it was Ryan Reynolds playing Daredevil.
It is. Daredevil. Deadpool.
Oh my God, Deadpool. Jesus. I'm rewatching Daredevil, so I've got that on the brain.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Season 2.
Oh, man.
The Punisher just met the Kingpin.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
In jail?
In jail.
Yeah, now I have to rewatch that whole series because now I'm jealous that you are.
It's good stuff.
But no, Free Guy is Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but it's amazing because he's Deadpool. I mean, it's the PG-13 version, but it's great. It's really funny.
People talk about typecasting actors into one role, and Ryan Reynolds is typecast into playing Deadpool in every single role.
But he made Deadpool Ryan Reynolds. He was always, that character.
Right.
You'll look back to his, original stuff.
The original version.
He made
Deadpool.
Deadpool Ryan Reynolds. It wasn't Deadpool making him, or him making him Deadpool. Like he made Deadpool Ryan Reynolds. But
Right.
Free Guy's great. I would see it.
Okay.
We have Black Widow.
Okay.
That was pretty good. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I enjoyed it.
I wanted to see it, and I still haven't yet.
Still haven't seen it. Shang-Chi was, was your on par Marvel movie.
Oh, Legend 10 Rings. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eternals as well. I like that. And then, did you see Nobody?
Nobody.
Starring, what the fuck's his name? From Better Call Saul. Bob Odenkirk.
No, I wanted to see that.
It's like a poor man's John Wick.
Right, I wanted to see that where he's just kind of like a desk jockey or something like that.
Yeah.
He's actually an awesome badass.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to
It
see
was
that.
great.
Damn it.
And it's only like an hour and a half, and Christopher Lloyd plays his dad.
Oh, wow.
Christopher Lloyd's like,
Weird.
like he's old.
He's getting up there.
He's getting up there. But it was great.
Interesting.
I mean, it's not John Wick, but it's still really, it's close.
I'm going to add that to my watch list.
Do you have any movies you want to add?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Not off
I mean,
the
I
top.
did like do some research and like looked up, biggest blockbuster films of 2021.
The problem was with COVID and all that stuff, we really didn't have too much to choose from
Right.
in the early part of 2021.
Yeah.
Black Widow was like the first movie that I remember like actually popping for. Like, oh my God,
Right.
there's a movie to see, Black Widow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That must have been like midsummer or something like that.
Yes. So for me, it's down to 4 movies. I could narrow this down to 4 movies right now.
As the best?
Yeah, like, because, I want to pick one.
Well, Spider-Man, No Way From Home. I mean, that's got to be top for sure.
No Way From Home?
No Way
You added
Home.
a word to the movie. Okay, so no Spider-Man. For me, it's between Spider-Man, Suicide Squad, Free Guy, and Nobody. Is it just Spider-Man for you, and that's it?
Spider-Man and Suicide Squad were really good. I've seen No Time to Die, and I've seen The Legend of Ten Rings.
Yeah.
I've seen Black Widow. But I think those 2 movies kind of stand out.
Spider-Man and Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad, for sure.
And what are you leaning towards?
Man, I
I'm
hate
really-
for recency bias, but I mean, Spider-Man just checked so many boxes, in my opinion. You had some tear-jerking scenes, you had some emotional scenes, but you had a lot of like fan service and just a lot of surprises. It was real fun. I like Spider-Man No Way From Home.
God damn it,
No
Josh.
Way Home. No Way Home. I don't know why I
You're
keep adding
confusing
from.
you're combining the last 2 movie titles. Far From Home, No Way Home. Far From No Way From Home.
Now there's a movie.
I think I'm going to pick Suicide Squad.
As the best?
Yes.
Wow, you really like John Cena, huh?
Yeah, I love that's it. It's just because John Cena. No, the only reason I'm not picking Spider-Man, I mean, everyone knows I'm a Spider-Man.
Mark, sure.
Mark. I have a Spider-Man wallet, but it's an adult version, and now I wish I would have brought it up here. Like it's
we're
a
all
leather.
picturing Velcro?
It's not a Velcro wallet. It's a leather wallet. Like it's not for a kid.
Andrew's taking a picture, and he's going to put it on Facebook
I have a
Twitter.
Spider-Man wallet. It's not for kids. Yeah. No, I get it, but I don't care. I think it's fucking cool. What the hell do I care?
What's the reason you're picking Suicide Squad over Spider-Man?
Because Spider-Man was too sad for me.
Too sad.
Yeah. And we're not going into spoilers because
Sure.
in case you haven't seen the movie yet, you live under a rock. I don't know, and you're still listening to this podcast, but it's too sad. There's 2 really sad moments in Spider-Man No Way Home, and what I really liked about the Holland films before that was that it wasn't sad.
Okay.
Homecoming there was no sadness.
Sure.
Like Michael Keaton was a great villain. You feared him. And then Far From Home was really good as well with Mysterio, but it didn't make you depressed. Like I was really sad after No Way Home.
But you didn't consider it a complete movie, considering it had, a sadness. But
Well, look,
it had a good arc. It had a good arc.
We did the review, and yes, the first 30. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the first 30 minutes of the movie I loved, and I've seen it 3 times now. By the way,
wow.
Because I saw it twice before we did the review, and then I brought my kids a few days ago, so I saw it again. So I am enjoying it more because now that I already know what happens, I can it's like, okay, I already know about the sad parts, so now I'm over it because I get very emotional when it comes to movies, especially ones I really love.
I remember you cried during this one scene. Yeah, I remember.
Whatever. I
He
was
took
sitting
out
next.
his Spider-Man Velcro wallet and
It's not Velcro, but I was trying to deny it that I cried, and then I was like, oh wait, I was sitting right next to you, wasn't I? Shit. Anyways, no, like, okay, Endgame. Endgame has a really sad ending.
No spoilers.
Well, come on, with Tony Stark. But I don't consider that like a fault of the movie. Like that's fine. Like
it had to happen type of thing.
Yeah, it did. You know what I mean? Like you were kind of expecting something like that to happen.
But going into the movie, y'all guys talked about on a previous podcast.
Yeah,
about
we did.
There was that y'all expected something sad to happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, you knew something was going to happen.
But it was like two big things, and then the movie like ended in a bummer.
So you just want fun in your movies, fun. Excitement.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just
Spoiler alert: lots of people died in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but it was comedic. It was funny. But like, no, we already had the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It's a sad Spider-Man,
right?
And then we had the Andrew Garfield, an even sadder Spider-Man. And then we had Tom Holland in Homecoming. And I was like, oh, this is nice and fresh. It's not depressing like the other ones were. So that's why I felt like it didn't fit. It didn't really fit with the Tom Holland movies because the other two were not sad movies.
Spider-Man's a depressing character.
I love the beginning. I love the final battle scene for obvious reasons.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm picking Suicide Squad because I enjoyed it the whole way through. I thought it was really funny. And I only saw it once. I want to see it again. And then after that, I want to see Nobody again, and I really want to see Free Guy again.
It was a fun romp. And I appreciated Idris Elba more than I did Will Smith in the first Suicide Squad.
Well,
but I don't know if that's more his
they're
fault.
playing different characters.
But still, they're playing the same
same kind of role.
The leader.
Yeah. And they even made a joke, I think, about that in the movie that, he's almost the same guy, but... All right, we figured out. So Josh likes Spider-Man No Way Home, and I got Suicide Squad for the best film of 2021. On to the worst film of 2021. This is going to be tough to pick. The nominees are Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Okay.
Now that's a top seed for me because that was our first podcast. We reviewed Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And I love Venom. He's always been my favorite, like Spider-Man. Venom and Carnage have been like my two favorites.
Right.
And they fucked up Carnage so bad. And really, they fucked up Venom bad.
I still haven't seen it on your recommendation, so I'm staying away from that one.
There's no need to see it.
I'm staying away.
We have Space Jam: A New Legacy, which I have not seen that, so I guess we can't pick it. But
I heard it was bad.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Kong.
I did not see that one.
You didn't see it?
No.
See, that's a bad movie that I would say watch.
Okay.
Because it doesn't... It's bad, but it's not going to offend you like Venom and Let There Be Carnage offended me.
Okay.
Like, I just don't care enough about Godzilla. I just want to see them fight. And they did that in the movie. You got to see them fight. There were some good action scenes, but the plot itself is the stupidest possible thing they could have ever thought of.
Was it like
just let them fight? They had to give like this reason why it's like just let them fight. It was ridiculous. I don't want to go into
Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go into the whole thing, but it was ridiculous.
Okay.
Then we got Dune, which that's going to be a controversial thing, us putting that on the worst film list because it's one. I think it's like IGN's like #1 film of 2021.
Interesting. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm a big Zendaya mark. So
she's barely in the movie.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Barely in the movie.
Never mind.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's the best part of the movie is just looking at her for the little she's in it.
10 seconds.
It's just. Okay. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you'll like the movie if you're a fan of the original or a fan of the books. Because the movie's so boring. Okay. And it's really not about action. It's just about politics. And most of it is just talking about politics. And it's like, isn't this what everyone bitches about in the Star Wars prequels?
That's what I was going to say.
That it's all talking about bullshit politics?
My favorite part about Star Wars was always when they were doing the delegations and they were arguing in the Senate. That was my favorite part.
Yeah,
the Senate.
That's Dune. That's the whole movie of Dune. That's what Dune is.
Terrible.
Yeah, and I feel like you also don't understand a lot unless you read the books for context. The filmography was great. Like the visuals and the shots and the cinematography, that was all great. You know, like, but it's you still have to have a good movie in there. I don't know. That's just my opinion. We have F9, The Fast Saga. Did you see that one?
I have not seen that one yet.
They went to space in a car.
Well,
and again, like
what can't they do in this universe?
But I loved it. Like, I loved it. But I have to admit, it's not a good movie. None of them are. But
you heard the rumor slash maybe it's joke slash rumor that apparently they're supposed to like merge with like the Jurassic Park franchises. That
was a rumor. Yeah, I don't think it,
I don't know. So. It's hard to take them seriously. I mean, if they're going to space,
no, they absolutely should.
I mean, might as well merge with Ghostbusters and have Slimer driving.
Are those ghost driving cars?
It's not Paul Walker. Oh, too soon.
I just want them to bring in Nicolas Cage. One of our fans suggested. I mean, there's been rumors for a few movies now that Nicolas Cage was going to be a villain. But one of our fans, I think, recently said Nicolas Cage plays his character from Gone in 60 Seconds,
right,
and he's stealing all their cars.
That would be a great plot.
That'd be so. Like, bring Fast and Furious back down to the basics. Mm-hmm. You know, they went to space in the last movie. How much further can you go from there? Have space wars, like where there's 50 cars? Like, you gotta ground the movie now.
Right.
Have Nicolas Cage stealing their cars.
That'd be great.
Fucking amazing.
That would be amazing. He could just be another brother of Vin Diesel's.
Yeah, right, exactly.
An older brother. I don't know.
Oh, a third mother, huh? Wow. All right, we got Halloween.
Dad was a whore.
We got Halloween Kills.
Did not see that one for obvious reasons.
It was bad. Well, yeah, you're afraid of horror movies.
Scary movies, yeah.
It was bad.
Okay.
Wonder Woman 1984. That's a really bad movie.
That's a mind fuck too. It's just because I like Wonder Woman. I want it to be well, and I was so disappointed.
I liked the first one.
Yeah. I was very underwhelmed by Wonder Woman.
Again, I'm watching the movie, and there's so many problems with that movie. First of all, that was like as soon as I saw that, I was like, we need to start Hollywood Hogwash because I really need to talk about this movie. We ended up talking about it on What's Wrong with Wrestling because we just had to get it out of our system.
Right.
We had to talk about that fucking train wreck. 1984, it's set in the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. You're doing that for obvious reasons. Because, you know, people were born in the 80s. Like, that's like the nostalgia going on right now is the 80s nostalgia.
That's the year I was born.
And they don't play one song from the 80s in that movie.
Right.
That's the whole fucking point. Oh, my God. Like, this is what Stranger Things does well. They use music from the 80s on their show. Not one 80s song was in this movie.
Well,
that's the least of its problems.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a minor problem, Andrew.
That's the least of its problems.
There was a lot bigger problems.
I don't want to go into it, but it's like...
yeah, we'd have a whole nother podcast.
But it's like, that's the obvious thing you do, right? Is you put music from the 80s in the movie?
Spider-Man Homecoming had more like classic, movies, songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Than Wonder Woman 1984. Disappointing.
Matrix Resurrections, that's really bad,
That's going to win a lot of awards.
Well, we're just doing one for worst film. Yeah, I might win some Razzies.
Razzies, yeah.
We got Cruella.
Didn't see it.
My kids loved it, but,
I
was happy for them. But it's a bad movie. They turned the dogs evil. Okay.
Yeah.
The Dalmatians were evil.
She's not necessarily a villain anymore, too, right?
No, she's not a villain.
I thought that was the whole point.
They rebooted the character and made the dogs evil. Oh. Spiral, which is the Saw reboot.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
That was really bad. The Many Saints of Newark.
Oh, my God.
It's bad, but I don't know if it's Matrix bad, Wonder Woman bad, or Venom bad.
That was... Okay, so far on this list, that's the movie I've hated the most.
But is it worse than Wonder Woman?
I was really disappointed with it, but man, I hated fucking Saints of New York. Newark.
Yoo-hoo-ah!
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Army of the Dead, starring Batista.
I thought that was like a campy good movie.
It's not good. It was bad.
Well, I thought
I don't think it wins this award because it's kind of supposed to be bad, but
right. No. Oh man, if we're going on that one, the top 2 in that list for me,
Yeah.
is definitely Saints in New York, Newark, and Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
But man, I was so mad about Saints in New York. It was so upsetting. There was fucking barely anything about Tony Soprano. It was about his uncle. I could give 2 shits about it. Uncle Christopher.
No, not Uncle Christopher.
Or Christopher's dad.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck his
Dick.
name is.
Dick Moltisanti.
Dick Moltisanti. And had John Bernthal in it too.
He's barely in it.
Barely in it. Fucking nearly kills his wife. It's then Christopher's dad fucks his. Oh, it's so confusing. So upsetting. Yeah, that was the worst movie of 2021.
Yeah, the Sopranos creator, he didn't have any fresh ideas.
No, this was like Matrix Revolution, Resurrection. A fucking complete money grab. That's all it was.
Well, many Saints of Newark, it's like it's a movie, and it's just like, okay, what was that? But it's not bad on the level of Wonder Woman, Matrix, and Venom. It's just not. You can pick that if you want. It's your choice.
Yeah, my choice.
But
My choice.
I think for me, it's got to be Venom, Let There Be Carnage, because I've been looking forward to seeing Carnage on film my entire life. And they did it, and they got Woody Harrelson. And it's like, oh, he's one of the best actors in the world.
Right.
And then they completely wasted him. If you're new to the podcast, go check out our first episode ever. It's me, Joe, and Eric talking about Venom.
Watch Andrew devolve into sadness.
I think I really lose it on that podcast. But for me, it's Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yeah. After that, I would say Wonder Woman, then Matrix.
Wonder Woman.
Because I haven't
Matrix.
seen Space Jam.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's bad.
We
Dune is
avoided
boring.
it, for obvious reasons.
Right.
Number 1 was bad. Why would number 2 be any worse?
Yeah.
Any better? Excuse me.
Right. All right. Best TV show of 2021. The nominees are, we got Squid Game, which is probably the most popular movie of 2021.
Sure.
We got Hawkeye. That just ended. That was great. Loki was a lot of fun.
Loki was really good.
WandaVision was all right.
It was all right.
Falcon Winter Soldier, that was all right.
Yeah.
What If, I liked it.
What If was fine.
I put South Park, but I guess we're not counting that as right. We decided it's a movie. Maybe that should just be the best movie of 2021. South, because we're going to talk about part 2 later, but God, maybe it should be. Invincible. Did you watch Invincible?
Invincible was really good. Really good.
Yes, we're definitely going to be reviewing season 2 on here.
Yeah.
Whenever that comes out. Really liked Invincible. And then I put Ted Lasso. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a show I want to watch.
Yeah, people are high on it. I haven't seen it either.
And then Yellowstone.
I actually love Yellowstone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what do you think? For me, I liked Squid Game, but I think I like Loki, Hawkeye better, and Invincible. I think it's between those 3 for me. Hawkeye, Loki, and Invincible.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye had... It's almost cheating for Disney in a way, because it's like, oh, what do we have to do to make the show great? Oh, we'll bring back these characters that you love.
Right.
You know?
Oh, all you need is 2 episodes of...
That's
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I really like Yellowstone, but, I mean, for me, I think it's going to be Loki and Hawkeye is 1 and 2.
You got to pick one, though.
Loki.
Loki won?
Loki, yeah. That's so good. Wants to fuck himself so badly.
Yeah.
Never did, though.
Well, spoilers. Jesus.
I think we're past that.
Man, I guess I would say Hawkeye, even though I do admit they kind of cheated.
Right.
But those are my favorite moments.
Yeah.
But I really liked Loki. I really liked Invincible.
Invincible was really
I'm
good.
excited for all those to come back. I'm also excited for The Boys season 3.
The Boys, yes.
That just reminded me because Invincible's on Amazon and
Right.
The Boys is on Amazon.
Hearing about Invincible, it just made me remember just how many universes is J. Jonah Jameson in? Because he's going to be in the new Batman movie.
Yeah.
He was fucking in Spider-Man.
Yep.
He's invincible.
Yep.
He's fucking everywhere.
He is. He's got a great voice, and he's such a great character.
J.K. Simmons, is that?
J.K.
Yeah,
Simmons.
that's-
He's such a
yeah.
great character actor that, you know,
Really good.
he can play those roles
Yeah.
very well. But obviously, J. Jonah Jameson is his best.
Sure.
And really, he was his best when he was in the original trilogy. Like Spider-Man 2, J. Jonah Jameson.
Right.
It's just like fantastic. He was like a little too serious in No Way Home. You know?
Well, he was playing the Alex Jones.
But Alex Jones is you know, and he had some funny moments, but like, you know, not like the Spider-Man 2 moments, but yeah. So what you're picking Loki?
I'm picking
And I
Loki.
got Hawkeye. There you go. Best TV show of 2021. Let us know what you think for those picks.
Yeah.
And then finally, worst TV show of 2021. The nominees are The Walking Dead.
I can't help you with
And
that one.
that's it.
I stopped watching The Walking Dead. And you know what? Whenever I have conversations with people nowadays, a good icebreaker for startup conversation is, so what season did you stop watching The Walking Dead?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, not many people currently continue watching The Walking Dead. Everyone has a stopping point, and my stopping point was when Carl died.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm still watching it. I'm going to watch the final season.
Painful.
I'm
I feel
gonna
for
watch,
you,
I'm
Andrew.
going to watch the final season, but then I'm done.
Well, we're not going to have to review that, are we? Don't make me start that again. I
don't think so.
Okay. I feel so much better.
It's too depressing.
It is depressing, I bet.
All right, that's all the awards I got, unless you could think of anything else. I mean,
Nah, that's all.
best acting of 2021.
Best acting of 2021.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. John Cena in Suicide Squad.
John Cena was really good.
He was. But that would be best supporting actor. If we're going to do it like, you know, the award show. Next year we'll be more sophisticated and
Right.
we'll do something
We'll
like
have
that.
an Oscars of sorts.
Yeah. And we'll take the fans voting into consideration.
Right. Sexiest dress. Who was it? Interesting. Yelena.
All right, so let's talk about the latest Hollywood hogwash. So The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, will arrive in theaters on March 4th. And I originally wrote of 2022, but it was like, oh, we're in 2022 now.
Right.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Whoa.
So The Batman's coming out on March 4th, but if you don't want to see it in theaters, you're not going to have to wait that long.
Oh, they're putting it on. Okay.
Okay, so Warner Media CEO Jason Kyler has confirmed that The Batman will be arriving to HBO Max on April 19th, which is exactly 46 days after its theatrical debut. How about that?
I'm a little bit worried.
What? About what?
I figured if it was going to be a big blockbuster, that maybe they would want it to have a more lengthy run in the theaters.
Yeah, but
I'm a little bit concerned.
Well, 'cause you
so
know how
far,
Warner-
nothing on HBO Max has been good.
oh man, that's a good point.
Yes. Space Jam, Matrix, Saints of New York.
Yeah. Saints of Newark.
Newark. I'm concerned, Andrew. I'm just going to say it. I'm concerned.
No, but that's a good point. But it does look good.
It does look good.
But 46 days is, I mean, most of the money they're going to make is in the first opening weekend anyway. I'm sure it'll do really well because unless you're not really that big of a fan of Batman, you're not going to want to wait 46 days.
Right.
I'm not going to wait 46 days. We have a podcast to do anyway. But even if we didn't, I would see it opening weekend.
I will see it opening weekend.
Yeah.
And I guess depending on how good it is, I'll either wait for the 46 days.
But
or
again,
see it again.
this is why Christopher Nolan left Warner Media, because they put, in 2021 they released all their big blockbusters straight to HBO Max the same day it came out in theaters.
Right.
And Christopher Nolan hated that because he's like, you're ruining the movie theater business, which is it. I agree with him, but I'm also happy that I didn't spend $15 to watch The Matrix.
It's money we'd never get back.
Because I was like, maybe I should see The Matrix. It's The Matrix. It still has the action, but it doesn't have the action.
No. Disappointing.
All right, we're done with The Matrix. We're never going to talk about it again. Also, you have the list for the upcoming DC and Marvel movies for 2022?
Yes.
And TV shows or just movies?
And TV shows.
Okay.
So we can start off with DC. This is a list put together by the CBR.com. So they have Catwoman the Hunted, which is going to be an animated movie that's supposed to come out in sometime in 2022.
The Hunted?
The Hunted.
What is that?
February 8th. It's looks like a team up with
Catwoman and
Batgirl. Yeah, seems interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess it's going to come out on
Catwoman Hunted. Okay.
right home video on February 8th. Right. So of course we have the Batman, which is coming up after that. This movie, I don't know, is something we're going to be
Why
covering.
even mention that?
It's part of the DC universe, but the DC League of Super Pets.
Next,
that's supposed to come out May 20th.
Yeah.
Green Lantern: Beware of My Power.
What?
That's a animated original.
Oh, okay, animated. I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's coming out digital in the summer of 2022.
Yeah.
Black Adam.
Yep.
Which is something we're going to be very interested in. That is coming out July 29th, 2022. Okay. The Flash. That should be good.
That's when I'm looking just to see Michael Keaton again. When is that coming out again?
November 4th.
Fuck!
A long way to wait.
I forgot it was that long.
And I didn't remember, but apparently there's an Aquaman movie that's coming out this year. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Because no one cares.
That's coming out December 17th.
That was one of the fucking worst movies, the first one.
That was really bad.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more Marvel.
Wait, you missed some things.
What did I miss?
There's going to be... Or is it not coming out this year? Well,
Maybe
first of
not.
all, Peacemaker is coming out on HBO Max. You don't have TV shows. Huh?
Yeah, I don't have TV shows, but yeah, Peacemaker's
Peacemaker, and then the Penguin's getting his own show on HBO Max.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good for the Penguin.
So there might be some more, but
right.
But yeah,
these are movies. I guess is what I should have said.
Sure.
So this is the Marvel movies and series. This is series. So I guess I must have missed that.
Well, maybe the other one didn't have the series. The DC one didn't have the series.
Moon Knight is supposed to come out sometime in 2022 on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
May 6th. She-Hulk. Looking forward to She-Hulk. That's coming out sometime in December.
Yeah, they haven't announced
2022.
December?
Sometime in 2022.
They haven't announced any of the shows yet, like when they're coming out.
Right, but they are supposed to be
They always announce
slated.
like 2 weeks. It's like, hey, She-Hulk's coming in 2 weeks. And it's like, oh, fuck me.
Fuck, okay, clear my schedule.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion is coming out sometime in 2022.
Yeah.
We have Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. That is coming out July 8th.
Nice.
Miss Marvel, excuse me. Yeah, she doesn't have no man.
That's another series.
Yeah, coming out on mid 2022.
Okay.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, November 11th.
All right.
And Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. That's coming out sometime December 22nd.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, 2022.
All right.
So, of those, which one are you kind of most interested in?
On DC end, I would still say the Batman.
Yeah, Batman, for sure.
After that, Thor.
Thor, Love and Thunder, right?
Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, I'm really interested in She-Hulk.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hulk's going to be in it as well.
Peacemaker, I think, will be pretty good too.
Yeah, maybe we'll review that. It's coming out in like 2 weeks, I think.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Some more news here. In an interview with the Korean Broadcasting System, Squid Game creator Hwang Dong-hyuk, hopefully I pronounced that right, but probably not. He said, I'm in talks with Netflix over season 2 as well as season 3.
Oh, shit.
We will come to a conclusion anytime soon. In a statement, Netflix said, it's true that we are discussing a wide variety of possibilities for Squid Game, including the production of a season 3, but nothing has yet been set in stone.
So it's essentially, because I didn't watch it because it's scary.
It's not scary.
It's children's games, but that come to murderous ends.
It's not scary. You play a children's game. If you lose, they shoot you in the head. You've seen action movies, Josh. People get shot.
Well,
it's not scary. There's not a monster.
What I meant to say is that did they exhaust all the children's games in that one series? Okay, well, I was just curious.
It's not scary. You could watch it. It's
I was
scary.
worried it was going to be
There's
like
not-
Saw.
There's not a ghost or monster coming after them.
It's not like Saw.
It's not like Saw.
Okay, maybe I will try.
No, you should try it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the creator recently also said that he wasn't paid very much for Squid Game because they weren't expecting it to be this huge. So hopefully the guy gets,
a little bit of a bump.
some money for it, and it's not Korean money, Well, yeah, I mean, it will be Korean money, but yeah, probably what the main prize was on the show, something like that. That's probably what he deserves.
That's the real Squid Games.
Yes. Also, Dwayne Johnson has responded to former co-star Vin Diesel's Instagram post from November, suggesting that Johnson return to the Fast and Furious franchise to be in Fast 10. Do you remember the Instagram post that he did?
I don't remember the Instagram post, but I remember.
Or maybe you weren't on the show that
joke.
week.
I remember the joke in Red Notice.
Yeah, well, it's nothing to do with that. But okay, let's. I'm going to read Vin Diesel's Instagram post from November again.
Okay,
it's so great. My little brother Dwayne, little brother, he's 2 feet taller than you. My little brother Dwayne, the time has come. This is real. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. No, they don't. There is not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes, but the time has come. Legacy awaits. I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo. I swore that we would reach and manifest the best fast in the finale that is 10. So it's going to be better than the ones Paul Walker were in? Okay. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle. You have a very important role to play. Hobbs can't be played by no other. I hope that you rise to the occasion and fulfill your destiny. I am Groot.
Sounds a little bit of a little arrogant there. A little
You think?
arrogant. Just a little bit. A touch.
Legacy awaits. The time has come.
I
It's a
can't-
fucking movie.
I can't believe there's been 10 of those motherfucking movies. Or there
Not yet.
will be
There's
10.
gonna be. Well, really, there has been 10 because Hobbs and Shaw was a spinoff.
That's right.
So there has been 10. Yeah. So Johnson told CNN this past June when Vin and I actually connected, not over social media. I told him directly and privately that I would not be returning to the franchise. I was firm yet cordial with my words and said that I would always be supportive of the cast and always root for the franchise to be successful, but that there was no chance I would return. I privately spoke with my partners at Universal as well, all of whom were very supportive as they understand the problem. Johnson added, Vin's recent public post was an example of his manipulation. I didn't like that he brought up his children in the post, as well as Paul Walker's death. Leave them out of it. We had spoken months ago about this and came to a clear understanding. My goal all along was to end my amazing journey with this incredible Fast and Furious franchise with gratitude and grace. It's unfortunate that this public dialogue has muddied the waters. Regardless, I'm confident in the Fast universe and its ability to consistently deliver for the audience, and I truly wish my former co-stars and crew members the best of luck and success in the next chapter. So obviously a more classy response from Johnson than Vin Diesel's original post, because Vin Diesel's post is just for public opinion.
For sure.
Because Vin
to
Diesel's
sway
like,
people.
I want him in the movie.
My kids want him in the movie.
Pablo wants him in the movie.
I spoke to him last night.
Yeah. But he doesn't want to do it. It's not my fault. Blame The Rock.
I can't help it. I mean, I'm trying to get this motherfucker over here.
How about apologize? Because last summer, Diesel revealed that the bad blood between the pair was due to Diesel using tough love while producing Johnson in The Fate of the Furious back in 2016. He told Men's Health magazine he used the approach to assist in getting that performance where it needed to be. The Rock, who's a better actor than you?
Family.
What really happened was Vin Diesel was jealous that The Rock became the main star of these movies.
Right, and got his own
he's-
spin-off.
Because two things happened. The Rock was in Fast and Furious 5. That was the first one The Rock was in.
Brazil.
And it made The Rock a megastar. That was the movie that made The Rock a megastar. Before that, he was doing Tooth Fairy and all those shitty Disney movies.
Oh my God.
And then then he did Fast and Furious 5, and then his career took off, and he became what he is today. So yes, in a way, Vin Diesel helped him there, but also Rock helped Vin Diesel, because that's when those movies became awesome.
Right.
Was Fast and Furious 5. Fast and Furious 1 was, a good car movie.
Right.
Then 2 was bad.
was
3 was
terrible.
ridiculous. 4 was boring. Then 5 came and it's like, oh shit, it's a gigantic action movie because The Rock's awesome.
Yeah. So many nice scenes and so much awesome action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing that these two mega stars, Groot and Black Adam, can't come together.
Yeah. So apologize, Diesel, if you really want him in the movie.
That doesn't seem
Try
like
that.
it's going to happen.
Universal Studios recently announced that Fast 10 will come out on May 19th, 2023. Justin Lin returns to direct what will be the first of 2 movies that will write the final chapters of the franchise.
Holy shit, there's going to be an 11.
However, there are still plans for other movie spin-offs and TV shows.
I'm telling you, you're going to have, Jurassic.
I mean, you might as well, right?
How aren't they Transformers yet?
Yeah, right. The cars. They fucking should. I mean, that's the most logical thing is to do Transformers.
Vin Diesel riding around in Bumblebee. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Fans and reporters are speculating that the Walking Dead star Norman Reedus is vying to play Ghost Rider in the MCU. Reedus has been liking dozens of fan tweets suggesting that he'd be a good fit. Do you think he should do this, or is it too obvious because he rides a motorcycle in real life and he ride a motorcycle on The Walking Dead?
Just because it's obvious doesn't mean it's something that shouldn't be done.
But when
is he better than Nicolas Cage? Yeah, probably.
When they were casting for Batman versus Superman, everyone wanted Heisenberg to be
to be Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor,
right? And then
then it was
Jesse. What the fuck
Jesse
is
Eisenberg.
Right.
But it was also because he's bald and badass. Because then he would just be Heisenberg in the Superman movie, which that's cool and all, but it would still be weird.
Well, the person they picked was weird.
Yes, true, but you usually don't go for the pick that's right on the nose. Like Norman Reedus already plays a character that drives a motorcycle.
I don't know. I didn't know there were Ghost Rider was something they're going to try to do again.
Oh, they're going to do Are you kidding?
I mean, considering
have you ever heard of the Eternals before?
No, but I'm just saying. Nicolas Cage killed that. I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah, but they're doing Fantastic Four again, and that was terrible for 3 movies. This is going to be the 3rd.
Is Michael Chiklis returning?
No. They're rebooting Fast and Furious. They're rebooting Fantastic Four for the 4th time.
4th time's a charm.
Not the 4th time, the 3rd time.
3rd time.
But it's going to be like the 4th movie. Yeah, you could say 4th because they did do a Fantastic Four movie in the 90s that was fucking terrible.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
But that wasn't in theaters. That was like a TV movie back when everything was terrible, or straight to video, straight to VHS, that bullshit.
Terrible.
But yeah,
I don't know. I'd be down for Norman Reedus. He's a badass, and
sure.
the character of Ghost Rider is, badass. I can't think of anybody better that would play it other than maybe John Bernthal. But, he's already got his own role.
They need to get him in the MCU.
He might.
As the Punisher.
Yeah.
And then they also need to get Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the MCU. If it wasn't Josh Brolin, you could have had him play Thanos probably.
Yeah, probably.
But Josh Brolin was perfect for Thanos. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. But is that too many Walking Dead stars in the MCU?
Oh, who cares? Put them all in.
Yeah. Also,
Rick. Fuck Rick.
Do you have anything else?
That's all I got.
So the last two things are just sad news. Betty White, everyone knows, passed away on New Year's Eve, just weeks before her 100th birthday.
Crazy.
So yeah, it is
99.
sad.
R.I.P.
And people are like, "Fuck 2021! I can't believe you took Betty White from us." And it's like, well, she was 99. I mean, how much longer do you want her to live? My God, she's probably tired at this point.
At this point, right?
Do you want to live to be 100?
Just because I like round numbers.
Like unless modern medicine gets so advanced by then that we're not like in pain the last 20 years of our lives.
Right. I mean, I imagine anything after 80 is gravy.
Yeah.
Anything after 70, to be honest, is probably gravy.
Right. It's just, I mean, I'm sure at that time, when that time comes, we might want to keep living, but it's just thinking about it right now. It's just, yeah.
It is a long time away, for sure. I mean, Betty White too. She was really funny.
You know what? I bring this up. Like, she's looked the same my entire life.
Well, it's because
when I was born, she was in her 60s.
That's crazy, right?
She's looked the same for me. Yeah,
had the same poofy hair and
poofy white hair.
Yeah,
But I kind of feel like these Twitter assholes manifested this because, like a month ago, they were like, Betty White's 100th birthday is in January. Keep Betty White alive. We have to make sure that Betty White doesn't die. Please, please. Positive thoughts on Betty White.
Wherever you are.
You killed her. You killed her.
Stand 6 feet away from Betty White at all times.
Yeah. Even sadder, they said that she just stayed in her house the last 2 years during COVID.
Well, yeah, I mean, that age. Yeah.
Right. But also, legendary NFL coach and broadcaster John Madden passed away at the age of 85.
This one actually did hurt a little bit. Because John Madden, I like sports. John Madden was like the voice of my childhood.
And the video game.
Right. I mean, the Madden franchise is amazing.
I mean, once he retired, they replaced John Madden with Chris Collinsworth.
They've been replacing John Madden ever since he retired. They've been trying to figure out a good replacement for him, and no one's been able to really fill that role.
Yep.
John Madden had such.
Now people would laugh a lot at what John Madden said because there were times where he kind of sounded like Taz on commentary on AEW or Jim Ross on AEW.
Right, but he's lovable. He's lovable.
So lovable. Yeah, he was great and a great voice. I was upset when they removed him from the video game like 10 years ago.
And then boom.
It's like the game's called Madden. Why am I listening to this random guy? I should be listening to John Madden. And they could still put him in the game. Just use the old audio footage you have. That's what they did anyway. He recorded that shit like once, and they used it for like 10 years.
Boom.
Yeah.
Bang.
Oh, that one had too much mustard on it.
Yeah. R.I.P. John Madden.
Yeah, he was great. But that is all the news we got. So let's talk the book of Boba Fett. So look, this is no Mandalorian, that's for sure.
Not yet. I'm hoping it might get there.
Yeah. Mandalorian started slow, but I felt like I also binged Mandalorian, but I felt like it was better right away than this. This was kind of like
episode 1 was really slow. There was one good action scene, and the rest of it was kind of like
cringy.
Not cringy,
Yeah, there
but
was
like
some cringe.
I'm like, okay, I'm kind of waiting for episode 2. I'm hoping it gets better in episode 2.
Right. We do finally find out how Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit in Return of the Jedi.
Good. I was kind of wondering how it happened too. Smart man.
Did I pronounce it right? The Sarlacc pit?
We got it right. Yeah, it's good.
You knew that?
Sarlacc, yeah.
You knew how to pronounce it?
Yeah.
You're that big of a Star Wars nerd?
Yeah, baby. No,
Okay.
I'm not, but that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it.
The shot of the dead stormtrooper in there with him was great. But like, why didn't Boba Fett die? Why was that stormtrooper dead but not Boba Fett?
He had more strength. Stormtroopers are just replaceable.
Because there was also poison inside the...
Oh, yeah, the digestive
pit.
acids and all that stuff.
Yeah. So he used the dead stormtrooper's oxygen, and then he used his blowtorch and he crawled out of the pit before passing out.
Yeah.
And then the Jawas show up. They steal his shit and knock him out with a gun. I thought that was funny. Like, this first scene I really liked. I was like, oh, okay. People are saying this show sucks. What's up?
He tries to stop the Jawas, and the Jawa kicks him in the...
They hit him with a gun. They knock him out with a gun. And then later, Tusken Raiders show up to save Boba Fett, but only to enslave him.
Or eat him? I guess enslave him? I don't know. I thought they might have eaten him.
No, they enslave him. Because later they're making him do shit, remember?
Yeah, I guess that's
So at
right.
first he escapes, but then the Raiders catch up to him, and one of the Raiders challenges Boba to a fight, but Boba's still too weak, so the Raider whoops his ass. And then we see Boba Fett wake up in a water chamber, so we're back in present day, even though it was a long time ago.
Right.
But present day for the show. And he's in a water chamber, and he turns it off, and it says, healing session suspended.
It kind of reminded me of like a Darth Vader healing session a little bit.
Yeah,
You know? Except
true.
not in water.
Was he injured at the very end of Mandalorian, or does he just always need to do these healing sessions?
I guess because he's so old, maybe? That's the
Just
only thing
for
I
old
can think
age?
of. Yeah.
Just for old age.
Yeah.
It reminded me of, did you see, what was that movie with Matt Damon about the future where people can go on the other planet to get cured? Equilibrium?
I don't know that
Equalizer? No, not Equalizer. Jesus.
Equalizer.
It reminded me of that. Like, can he just get in this chamber and he's cured of all disease and injuries?
Sounds like a terrible movie.
It wasn't very good. No. So robots help Boba Fett get in his armor, and then he sits on his new throne as locals show up to pay tribute. The mayor sends a delegate, but doesn't pay tribute. Instead, the mayor wants Boba to pay him tribute. But Boba's like, well, no, I don't do that. I'm the crime lord.
That's so weird. Why are the crime lord and the mayor interacting with each other?
Yeah.
Also, I mean, Jabba the Hutt probably would have fed him to the wolves.
Right.
You know?
And this is what I'm immediately confused by. Boba Fett showed up to be the crime lord, right?
Right.
Why do you do that? For money?
Yeah.
But like, he's like, Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. What do you like? You're the crime lord. You commit crimes?
Yeah, you're supposed to be a little bit fierce.
You're supposed to be a bad guy, right? You're a bad guy. You were a bad guy in the Star Wars movie. Like, you're a bad guy.
Yeah. He's a
So
bounty hunter
But they're trying to make him a good guy who's a crime lord. It just doesn't.
with a heart of gold.
Yeah, I don't know if that works.
It's a little bit confusing.
I think that's the main problem we have here.
his sidekick.
His
More of
sidekick-
a badass.
Yeah, but she's also kind of worthless. Like, she's just there to make comedic quips that fall flat.
Yeah.
She made jokes, and none of the jokes were funny. It's so bad. Then two Gamorreans who were loyal to Jabba the Hutt were offered to Lord Fett, and he spared their lives and hired them. I liked them the most. They were my favorite. They're hilarious.
No words.
They look like Power Ranger villains.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Like, it's just like real guys, but in these fucking... In these...
Oh, yeah. They were probably in 100-pound suits.
Yeah.
100-pound plastic suits.
Right.
rubber
I like
suits.
that they kind of looked ridiculous.
Yeah, they looked ridiculous.
But then some assassins show up and they trap Fett and Shand. They just like surround them. And Boba Fett has a jetpack.
right.
Why not just jetpack out of there?
Right. Yeah.
But instead he's like, I'm trapped. Is his jetpack broke? I can't remember everything that happened in The Mandalorian a year ago.
You know, the coolest part about that scene was the laser shields. That was it. That was pretty cool. But you got this man who's supposed to be the crime lord, and he's getting taken down and just tooled up.
Yeah.
Is the town not watching this?
Right.
They're all in their doors, just like, oh, I guess assassins.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, whatever.
And it's a good thing that he hired the Gamorreans because the Gamorreans save him.
Right.
And then Boba shot a missile at one of the assassins and he exploded. The assassin exploded. And then he turns to Shand and he goes, alive, like take them alive. You just blew one of them up.
Right.
You want them alive? Or at least one, I guess, because
One.
she kills one of the assassins, throws him off the roof, and
Potentially.
then keeps the other one alive. No, she killed him, bro. Come on. Then the Gamorreans place Boba in the healing chamber, and we continue. We go back to the flashbacks of Boba with the Raiders. And now we see a Tusken child brings Boba and another slave somewhere to dig for water flasks.
The Tusken child is in charge of the slaves?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, are they going to be eating these people soon, or
Right.
are they slaves?
Like I know the Tusken child had that little alligator monster with him.
Right.
But you're telling me Boba Fett can't kill both of them?
I mean, clearly he almost,
So then a giant sand monster with 4 arms unearths from the sand.
The sand monster actually looked pretty badass.
He looked like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Did right.
And it kills the other slave and almost kills the child, but Boba saves the kid's life and cuts off the creature's head with a steel chain. And then the child brings the head back and tells the adults what happened. Mm-hmm. And the leader raider gives Boba Fett some water.
Now they're friends,
Yeah.
I guess.
So I assume that they're going to let him leave because they saved their kid. But that's how the show ends.
Yeah.
That's the first episode. And I was like, that's it?
This was not a barn burner, that's for sure.
Yeah. I was like, it
wonk.
ends with a flashback of something that, happened in the 80s. I mean, from our point of view, that was when Return of the Jedi came out.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
This is taking a long time to get here, for sure. Why does he keep having these nightmares? I don't know.
The nightmares are back. The dreams are back or whatever. But yeah, not a great first episode.
No.
Hoping it gets better, though.
For sure.
But it's no Mandalorian so far.
And it's no South Park post-COVID.
No, it is not. Let's talk about that. South Park post-COVID, the return of COVID.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. Come on down South Park and meet some friends of mine.
I wonder how many of these jokes were made really last minute.
Oh,
because I'm sure a couple of them.
Yeah.
We'll get to a few of them. Sure,
for sure. This was just as good as the first one. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna read the plot on Wikipedia and then just bring up whatever you want in between. But first, Stan flashes back to the COVID-19 pandemic when they were kids. It was him, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman were sent home from school before they could blackmail fellow student Heather Williams in order to attend a Denver Nuggets game. And that was because Cartman took a picture of her while she was farting at PE class.
I cannot believe how good Cartman is at convincing others.
Yeah.
He's such a master manipulator. It's amazing.
Right.
Like, how can he put together this girl farted and they're going to go to Denver Nuggets courtside game?
Yes.
Only Cartman can put them together.
Right. Yeah. So they can't go to the game, and then we see all the events of Stan. He burns down the Tegrity Farms, accidentally killing his sister Shelley, and his mom commits suicide, and we see all that. And then we go to present day, or the future, and South Park is still under quarantine due to the new COVID-19 variant.
You know what it's called, right?
I forgot.
The Kenny McCormick-con.
Oh, is that what they called it now?
That's why I was like, I'm sure that had to have been added in last minute. The Kenny McCormick.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
because
on the last episode or whatever, it was called something else.
Delta Plus.
Yeah,
rewards.
it had 6 words or whatever. But that's great. Then we have Randy Marsh on the run, guarding his last sprout of tegrity. And he's cornered by some Shady Acres nurses when Token Black defeats them and takes Randy to Kenny's lab.
It made me laugh so much because he's in there at the Denny's, Applebee, Max, whatever. And he's talking to the guy. He's like, I know the Denny's side of you doesn't care, but what about the Applebee's side?
That's right. A couple things I want to go back to when they're in the past, like when the COVID thing broke out. They showed Andrew Cuomo on CNN, and he's like, "We gotta fix this. Come on!" And I'm a pervert. And then Stan's family goes to visit Grandpa, but they just wave at him from
Hey, Grandpa.
outside the nursing home, which is something very similar to what me and my family did when for my mom's birthday.
Oh, Lord.
Because my mom's birthday is in March. That was like the month everything got shut down. So like we just waved at her from like the driveway.
Did you turn to Leo and Amelie and go, isn't it great to see Grandma?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It was so fucking weird. It was so fucking weird. At the lab, Stan and Kyle, alongside Wendy, Tweak, Craig, Jimmy, and Clyde, can't get past Kenny's firewall without a voice command from either him or his associate, Victor Chaus. So Wendy realizes that the experiment will need aluminum foil, and all supplies of which are in grounded cargo ships.
That was so funny.
So Stan and Kyle head out to retrieve Chaus while Tweak and Craig search for foil. At the South Park Mental Asylum,
Plus,
Stan and Kyle found that Chaus is actually Chaos. They enter Chaos's cell to discover that he's actually Butters, of course, which that was the reveal at the end of the first episode. But who he gradually became insane after his parents abandoned him because of COVID. He was just left in his room
for 18 years.
And in his isolation, 40 years, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
In his isolation, Chaos began dealing in NFTs.
This comes a little bit too close to home. Because I myself have an NFT.
Yes.
And the more they made fun of it, the more worthless I felt about my NFT. The moment, we're going to talk about the breakout in a second, but the moment where the guard on the ground is like, but no, look, I have...
He breaks out. He breaks out by convincing a guard to buy an NFT, and he's like, "No, all my money, my house, it's all gone. But I have this green panda bear on a skateboard. Look."
That's how I felt. Except I didn't waste my entire money, but I still felt like I was a man sitting there on the floor. But look at my Undertaker NFT. It's beautiful.
Yep. Then Randy cultivates his marijuana as the others explain Kenny's plan to time travel and prevent the pandemic. Randy, however, is convinced that his marijuana is the solution to their problems. Their plans are further complicated by Clyde's refusal to get vaccinated. But no, they ask him, like, when did you travel back in time and do that? And he's like, it doesn't matter how you change the past. Every single time I fuck that pangolin.
Oh,
So
Randy.
great.
Funny.
Then at the South Park church, Scott Malkinson is approached by Cartman and his family. Intent on preventing Kyle from implementing Kenny's plan, Cartman forms the Foundation Against Time Travel, or FAT.
Fat. And he's like, fuck.
Which he later, someone points it out to him. He's like, God damn it. And he's also hiding his Jewish family in the attic.
And she's writing in a diary.
Yes.
Little menorah.
I watched this with a friend and I was like, oh no!
I was like, what is off limits to South Park?
No, nothing.
Fucking nothing.
Nothing's off limits. Oh my God. Are you kidding? If they were getting threatened from, Muslims for the whole Muhammad thing.
Right.
So nothing's off limits with them. But that was unbelievable. Then Tweak and Craig arrive at the church and inadvertently inform Cartman of their purpose, resulting in their capture. Cartman convinces Clyde to join his cause because Clyde, he's against getting vaccinated and everything like that. He later finds Chaos selling NFTs to senior citizens and uses him to incapacitate the group at the lab. Upon Stan and Kyle's return, Wendy, Token, Jimmy, and Randy have all been brainwashed into investing in NFTs.
Butters is great. He's a great
yeah.
salesman, apparently.
Well, Cartman and his group have stolen the equipment. At the church, Cartman reveals his plan to have Kyle killed in the past while Kyle and Stan undo Chaos's brainwashing. Wendy reveals that Kenny's plan was to not prevent the pandemic, but to salvage the boys' friendship and improve the future.
Aww.
Token states that Tegrity weed was only in Kenny's notes as a reminder to take some marijuana with him.
So all that importance gone.
Yeah. And then a depressed Randy forgives Stan for his actions and gives him the last seed of Tegrity. So then Cartman prepares for Clyde to travel back in time when Stan and Kyle arrive and use their Amazon Alexas to neutralize Chaos. That's right, Stan got Kyle and Alexa.
So funny.
And then Cartman and Kyle fight for a while until Yentl, Cartman's wife, convinces him to allow Kyle and Stan to implement their plan. And Cartman's like, well, no, it could change the future and we may not meet. And she's like, have faith. And he's like, okay, I'll have faith that we will still meet in the new future.
Is this the first time we've ever seen Cartman and Kyle like really go at it? Because I felt like this is no, okay.
No, as kids they fought a few times,
but like really, really hammer at it. I felt like okay,
yeah, they've done it a couple times. However, Cartman's infant son activates the machine, sending Clyde back in time.
Fuck you, Kyle.
And then Clyde just becomes the Terminator
with little bits of foil wrapped around him.
Arriving to retrieve his father's gun, Clyde convinces his past self not to be vaccinated. So it's a full circle.
Right.
Because adult Clyde was like, when I was a kid, a person came to me and told me not to get vaccinated.
Because I'm going to grow titties on my head. That person was Clyde.
That's amazing.
That's storytelling, folks.
It really is. Then adult Clyde approaches the boys with intent to kill young Kyle. When Stan, Kyle, and Cartman arrive, adult versions, having traveled through time, and before Clyde can fire, Cartman shoots Clyde in the head. And then realizing that they cannot prevent the pandemic, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman decide to change their reaction to it. They approach Heather Williams and blackmail her to get they do this as adults.
Right.
To get their younger...
Sweet pea, this is what's going to happen.
They blackmail her and they get the courtside tickets to the Nuggets game where the boys all forgive each other. Stan sends Randy the marijuana strain from the future, which Randy synthesizes into a freely distributed special. The special causes everyone to forgive each other for their behavior during the pandemic, changing the future. So it turns out all everyone needed was just some weed.
Andrew, I forgive you. Forgive you for being a dick during the pandemic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're supposed to forgive me now.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yes,
now it's all
bro.
gone.
I love you, man. Yeah.
All for integrity. That's
and then we see everything get fixed. Randy again made multiple Space Jam 2 jokes. Then Space Jam 2 came out and it ruined everything. And we see that LeBron quits the movie because he's like, I quit. I can't support Chinese censorship.
And then, if LeBron's not doing this, I quit too. Yeah. Space Jam was never made too.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. If only.
Jimmy
Vollmer still has his late show, but he's not doing, nice jokes anymore. He's like, what's up with these Canadian bisexuals? They don't know whether to fuck their brother or their sister. So, yeah, comedy has been saved as well in this future. Stan's a pilot. And it looks like he's going to start dating Wendy again.
Yeah.
Kyle has kids. And at that moment, they look just like Cartman's kids, but with red hair. And I thought that they were going to show Cartman's wife, that Kyle got Cartman's wife.
Yentl? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really thought that's what they were going to do. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that.
Really surprised. However, the shocker was coming.
Yeah. And then we see Butters. He's no longer a maniac selling NFTs. He works at Denny's Applebee's Plus, which makes more sense for Butters, obviously.
Because, he wants to get paid for real work.
That's all Butters would become in the normal future.
It took him 40 years to be a manager.
To be a manager. And then we finally get to Cartman. This is so sad.
So sad.
Hilarious, but also sad. They're like, dude, Cartman's here. And they look out the window, and Cartman is a homeless drunk. And his sign says, homeless, fuck you. And he's just like, fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Stan. Fuck you. And it's just like, oh, my God.
He's essentially Oscar the Grouch. So Cartman lost everything.
He's like, I have faith that we will find each other again.
No. Cartman lost everything.
When I saw it, I just kept saying for 10 minutes, I was like, that was so fucked up. That was so fucked up. Why?
Cartman could have been anything. A used car dealer.
Yeah.
I mean, snake oil salesman.
Yeah, he should be some sort of evil genius because he can manipulate people.
A great lawyer, maybe.
Right.
I mean, it's but a homeless drunk. That
and then also
was a lot.
Timmy can walk.
Just randomly thrown in there.
He does the God bless us all, everyone. This whole thing was so great.
Good shit.
I hope and want them to just keep it in the future.
Okay.
Because look, it's been 20 years, right? We've seen the kid. They've been children for 20 years. I would just say from now on, just do future episodes with them all as adults. And then you could even have them like help Cartman rehabilitate himself. But then that turns out to be a mistake because he ends up becoming just a, big, powerful asshole.
Oh, right. Once you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Like he becomes like this, evil guy that
You've
fucks
killed
everyone.
me, but you brought me back to life.
Like, I would just hope that they just stay in the future. I think that would be really cool.
Right. Oh, I was thinking, like, the most perfect job for Cartman, televangelist.
Yeah, true. But, like, just do Futurama, but it's South Park.
Yep.
You know?
That. Yeah.
That would be so great.
Keep it all in the Applebee's Plus Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be doing a couple of these specials a year, right?
Yeah. So we don't know what the others are going to be about because obviously they wrapped this up.
Right.
But I hope it stays in the future. I really do.
Okay. Man.
Yeah.
I look forward to more.
Right. And we're not going to do awards or anything like that, but like best moment for me would be the reveal of Cartman as the rabbi. And then after that
was
it's
the best
probably like
moment.
Jimmy Valmer as live with Jimmy, like that reveal.
The funniest moments for sure was Cartman fucking his wife.
Oh, yes.
Give it to me, Michigana. Give it to me like Abraham gave it to his only
you like how
son.
he's like, you like how Abraham almost sacrificed his only son?
The saddest moment, probably Cartman being the loser and homeless. That's terrible.
That's the worst moment. My
That's
God,
the
that was
worst
so
moment.
fucking sad.
Awful. Fix
But
it, Matt Parker and Trey
Hilarious.
Stone.
I mean, it's sad, but that was hilarious. Because like you're not that's kind of what you were expecting in the beginning, like,
right?
That he would be, you know what I mean? But like, that's too good. And then they just they're like, yep, that's Cartman. All right, let's do some fan questions or comments.
All right.
And then we'll get out of here. My favorite name, Andrew Gizzano. Are you cum buckets reviewing Cobra Kai season 4?
I am currently watching Cobra
I would have
Kai
to get caught
season
up.
4.
I would have to get caught up, and probably not.
Did you like it, the Karate Kid?
I was like 1 when that came out.
But I don't know if you ever watched it.
Not really.
Okay, well, it's probably not for you. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I have one of my good friends that loves the show. I mean, I could watch it. I don't know if we're going to review it because again, it's in season 4 now, and we mostly just do the Disney Plus shows, anything superhero for TV shows,
right?
Or Star Wars, stuff like that. There's just not enough room. Like we can't review every show. That's the problem,
Right.
Jaden Theodore, were you guys underwhelmed by Book of Boba Fett? It had some cool flashbacks and cameos, but the fight choreography was bad, and the whole episode looked and felt cheap. And yeah, it was. I mean, I agree.
I have hope for it going forward, but there was not a lot to go on for episode 1.
Pop Culture Junkie, what are some of your all-time favorite TV theme songs? Jason Deerham says Sopranos has to be up there, and for sure, Sopranos is one of them.
Sopranos is good.
Yeah, that's
What are
tough.
some good ones?
The Simpsons, although there's no
Theme songs.
lyrics.
Theme songs just aren't the way they used to be, like in the 80s
Not anymore.
and stuff like that, in the 90s.
Yeah, I do like the Stranger Things one.
I'd have to think about that.
Full House.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Everywhere you look. Friends.
I never watched Friends.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know. That would be a good bracket though. One day,
Yeah.
best TV show theme song. Amir, Push Fireberry, No Way Home, Peterman 2, Into the Spider-Verse. So I'm guessing he means Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
Oh man, Into the Spider-Verse was really good. No Way Home, Spider-Man 2, and Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, probably.
Push?
I
think so too.
Yeah, I think you're burying the Spider-Verse, I guess.
You're firing No Way Home, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just going to say Push Spider-Man 2.
Oh, you can't bury and fire the others?
I'll fire the cartoon then, because, Carlos Ramirez, do you have any interest in seeing the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever that's been rumored and confirmed according to some insiders? Isn't Batman Forever the Schumacher cut?
No.
Isn't that the Schumacher cut?
Listen, none of these directors' cuts are any good.
Well, I mean, good Lord. I mean, yeah, I think it'd be hilarious. It's probably just deleted scenes. That's all,
Yeah. like Eric trying to get you to constantly watch the 4-hour Justice League.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, that's not worth it.
Joel Hansen, just want to say Happy New Year to you fellas. Love both pods. You guys do an amazing job. Thanks for all the busted nuts. Thank you, Joel. Jason Deerham, is there a show you put off watching for a long time because you thought it wasn't your type of show, but once you started watching, you were hooked? I mean, Breaking Bad, I didn't start watching till the final season. So there you go.
Honestly, for me, it's Yellowstone. Like my mom and like a lot of other moms like Yellowstone.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of good drama and stuff like that. I caught into it on season 2, I think, 2.5, something like that. And I've been hooked ever since. It's good.
Nice. My most recent one was Succession. I had no interest in watching it since it started. Then 2 weeks ago, I put it on out of boredom, and boom, just 1.5 weeks later, I binged all 3 seasons and can't wait for season 4.
Correct. I started Succession in season 2 as well, and I binged it just all the way through.
What is Succession about?
Succession's about like a legacy media company, and they're trying to take over their dad's role.
Okay.
It's a bunch of rich kids that are trying to fight for their dad's the top spot in the company, but their dad won't give it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
It's fun. It's a good family romp with a lot of cussing.
Right. And then Steve Bogart, you asked a wrestling question, but that's for the wrong podcast. Ask that for our next wrestling podcast, and we'll talk about it, buddy. But thanks for the question. That's it. We did another long episode, man.
Well,
Or I guess long for Hogwash. But
we had a lot of awards to give out.
We did. So we'll see you next week. But first, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. Give us a 5-star review. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Hollywood Hog Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HollywoodHogwashPod. We're over 500 subscribers now. We're trying to get to 1,000, so please help us out. And next week, we will be reviewing episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett. And we're either going to do The Kingsman or Don't Look Up. Let us know which movie you want us to review first, because we have a few weeks until Morbius comes out. So we got to do Kingsman and Don't Look Up. Let us know which one you want us to do first. I'll just say that. All right?
All right.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.